Alright, Shalom Akim. Before we get started with the lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders that were well at Great Millstone, and also Shalom to all you sincere Akim, preaching this word in all truth and in sincerity. So this is another article posted by Dabu7, and it reads, over 7 million Texans wake up without clean water due to winter storms, boil advisory in effect. And I'm going to read the article before I play the video. It says 7 million Texans woke up Thursday morning under boil water advisories after a pair of deadly back-to-back winter storms brought record low temperatures, snow and ice that knocked out power plants and caused pipes to freeze. It just shows you, man, the things that are taking place, as I've been saying, as all the Akim been saying, me personally, I always say things that are taking place or things that are about to take place because it's prophecy. Okay, I know to some people out there, bug outs and just rejects, reprobates, it might seem like I'm a broken record, I'm repeating myself. But when you read the scriptures, man, it's all repetitive. Okay, the New Testament is a repeat of the Old Testament. Okay, the only thing that was changed ever in the scriptures was the law of sacrifice. Because Yahushai became that ultimate sacrifice for the sins of the children of Israel. So that's the only thing that's ever changed. When you read the scriptures, all the prophets, all the men of the Lord, they keep repeating, the scrolls, man, the prophecies, and everything that was said beforehand. Okay, so I'm going to play this and I'm going to get some scriptures.
This is Dabu7. Although most of the storms have passed many of these areas, we still have a lot of cleanup to do here in terms of helping people get back on their feet, getting power restored, and in this situation, over 7 million people in Texas waking up without clean water. Now, this is due to the outage and a lot of different reasons being pitched around as to why this happened. Of course, the mainstream media trying to go against what the officials are saying in Texas. But regardless of the back and forth, there are issues at hand. So this boil water advisory going into effect for over 7 million people. We still have about 408,000 homes and businesses that remain without electricity. That is an improvement from the over 4 million people that had no electric here within the past 48 hours. So when taking a look at this, they're not out of the woods yet. Some people out there may get their power restored, may get it back, and think that this water is safe to use without boiling. It's not the case. They're not cleaning it at all, so make sure that you boil the water here. Now, there's going to be a lot of other issues. We've seen the water pipes breaking in many other places and flooding out. All those things are going to have to be repaired. And unfortunately, people have lost their lives in this weather, and they're finding people deceased, frozen in different areas. A rest in peace going out to all those people. I'm going to leave links. Make sure to follow me on Parler and Twitter for more, and hit that subscribe button here on YouTube as well. This has been Dabu7.
Right. And that's prophecy, man. This is all prophecy. Because as the scriptures say, I'm about to read, I'm just going to go into it. This is 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm going to start at 47. And it reads, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. And this is going into, all these other countries. And, of course, what you got with countries is people. Okay, and Esau. All right, Esau is that wretch, man. Okay. It says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall rise that is sent over thee. And as it says in 49, the Lord is sending plagues. Okay, he's going to bring widowhood upon this place, on all the nations that dwell here in Babylon, and all these countries that are going to stay in the spirit, the philosophy of Babylon, Famine, okay, which we brought out the video that Dabu 7 posted about, people don't have clean drinking water. That's famine. Okay, famine is lack of food and water. Okay. Sword and pestilence. Because if this keeps up, they're going to have to send in troops. Because there's going to be a lot of chaos if people can't get food and water. Okay. It says pestilence. What comes with malnutrition? What comes with malnutrition is different diseases, man. Different ailments. It says to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And a lot of people are going to die from those elements. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen. And who is always coming against the children of Israel? The chosen. It was Esau Edom. Okay, the wretch. Okay. Exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to entirely judge the nation of Edom and this wicked place Babylon and all nations that are stuck in the ways of Esau, which they're going to be that way until the time of judgment. Okay, the time of judgment of the dead, which the dead are these other nations, man. Okay. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Everything that's taking place right now, man, is part of Esau's judgment. Part of the judgment of the other nations. Part of the judgment of 2/3. Okay, we constantly talk about Esau and other nations. And we do talk about 2/3. Okay, which 2/3, that's a big number of the nation of Israel, man. You can't forget about them, man. Okay, the Lord has a bone to pick with them as well. And here's the point. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Yeah, because a lot of things are going to take place. A lot of uprisings. What you see happen at Capitol Hill and the White House or whatever, that was nothing, man. That was all planned. Okay, but when shit really hits the fan, okay, when martial law comes, there's going to be a lot of slain men, okay, in these cities, man. And then in the field, World War III, man, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. People are going to be fleeing. these cities trying to escape martial law and FEMA camps. And they think, oh, we're just going to run to the hills. We could go run to the hills, hunt animals. It's not going to work that way, man. You know, because over the years, a lot of these animals have been dying of different diseases, catching plagues. Okay, it's like every year, 1 million birds died. 1 million cattle died. You know, a couple 100,000 deer have died. Goats died. Sheep died. And these are not only wild, but domesticated animals, man. Not just animals that are on a farm, but also animals that are out in the wild, man. You know, catching different diseases, man. Dying. And as the scripture says, you know, you can't eat something that dies of itself. Okay. I'm going to get that as well real quick. All right, this is Leviticus 22. And Leviticus is the book of the law. Leviticus 22:8. That which dieth of itself. So if it dies of an ailment, it dies of what they say, old age. Okay, natural causes. That's something that dieth of itself. Or is torn with beasts. So if another animal came and ripped it up, but then you manage to stumble across it and the animal runs off, well, you still can't eat that, man. It says, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith. I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So the Heavenly Father is saying that, man. It says, they shall therefore keep mine ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die therefore, if they profane it. I, Yahweh, do sanctify them. Yep. So there you have it. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 15 and finish that off. Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. Man. Because you think you're just going to run to the hills and be able to find these animals, man. Okay, let's say you do. Well, then cool. But the majority of people that go out into these hills, man, they're going to die of hunger, man. They're going to be eating their own flesh. I mean, they might be so hungry, they might chop off one hand, eat it one day. And also their own children, man. It says, and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. You ain't gonna find no clean water, man. There was a movie I watched where Esau was using the military. Yeah, where Esau was using the military, man, to spread a bioagent, you know, using biowarfare on people by putting it in the rivers, man. Putting it in the rivers and having people, having the citizens drink it. They were all dying and shit. They're gonna do that, man. Okay. So yeah, that was just, it says, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water, man. And you see what's going on out there in Texas. Okay, it's going down, man. And this is prophecy. So with that, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders that rule well a great millstone. Shalom to the elect.